Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Lee Enfield buttstocks. Okay, so on the table we have two actions. We got the number 4 action, the number 1 action, and these three are number 4 buttstocks, and those are number 1 buttstocks. First things first, let's take a look at these. Bolts are removed, chambers are empty on both actions. Safe to handle. Okay, so as we know, all men are not created equal, and neither are their sizes. So to compensate for this, the British Army had, in the case of the number 4 rifle, 3 lengths of buttstock, the standard in the middle, the short and the long. In the case of the number 1 rifle, they had 4 sizes. I've only got 2 here. I've got the long and I have the short. I do not have a standard, and the other one is the bantam, which was even shorter again, and that was for the bantam regiments, which were specially recruited regiments of smaller guys who ordinarily were excluded military service because of their small stature. Okay, now then, how do we tell them apart? Well, first of all, let's have a look at this standard. The standard is unmarked. There is no marking at the end of the buttstock. And let's measure it. I don't know the official way of measuring, but what I'm going to do is measure from that line there, where it fits into the rifle socket, to this line here, where the butt plate fits, is 12 1/4 inch. 12 1/4 inches. Now the short should be 1/2 inch shorter. And indeed it is, because it's 11 3/4. Okay. So we've determined that the short is 1/2 inch shorter than the standard. And indeed, the long, which is this one here, is 1/2 inch longer than standard. Okay. Also, we have markings. There is an L on this one, denoting long, and an S somewhere, if I can see it. Yeah, you can just see the S, denoting short. On the number 1, the S is very, very indistinct. You can hardly see it. Not surprising, really. This is over 100 years old. This one has fared slightly better, and indeed you can see the L right there. Okay, so I mentioned the length. I've mentioned that for 2 distinct types of rifle. Are they interchangeable? Some parts on a number 1 and a number 4 are interchangeable. Is the buttstock interchangeable? Well, let's take a look. Put these 2 shorts side by side. Dimensions almost the same. The hand grip's a little longer on this one. That looks pretty much the same. Everything looks the same until we get to this end here. Now the lighter coloured one is the number 4. It has a round part there, and then the one on the left is the number 1. It has an irregular shape to it. And why is that? Well, that has to do with how it fits into the socket. This is the number 1. You'll notice inside there at the top left hand side there's a, I don't know how to describe it, but a sloping part. Let's take a look at the number 4. The number 4 is completely round. You can see that a little better there, it's completely round. So the socket, the interior of the socket is a different shape on the number 4 and the number 1. So although they look the same, in actual fact they're not. Okay, so there we go. They're not interchangeable. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could carve the number 1 into the same shape as the number 4. But why would you want to do that? Why would you want to destroy a piece of history? Number 4 stocks are quite easily found, whereas number 1s are getting rather scarce. So there we go, that explains the differences between the various Lee Enfield stocks and how they fit the action. Quite a significant difference. As you can see from the long to the short, quite a big jump there. This one is a long. It had a cheek piece added so that the rifle could be used with a scope, but that's really the only difference. That could come off quite easily. That's all I have to say on that, I think. So there you go. Take care of yourselves, look after one another, enjoy your shooting, have fun out there, and I'll talk to you next time. Goodbye.